Hello, good day everyone. How are you? My name is Anthony, your instructor, and today in our session that we are always having ready for every client of DN Academy, we are having this very important session that we are going to talk about how to do crypto transaction, or how things you need to know when you want to do a crypto transaction. So things to know. Before doing crypto transaction. Now, actually, crypto transaction is something that is very crucial for everyone. You need to know how to transact cryptos before you get in any project, whether you want to know about metaverse, NFT, and everything. You need to know how to make a crypto transaction effectively. So there are several things that we can point in for you to understand how you can do crypto transaction effectively or correctly. Number one, you have to do the purpose of your transaction. Are you doing payment? You see, are you doing payment, or you are just doing a send, or you're just sending, or normal transfer? Transfer. When I say payment, I mean like maybe there is a company that's providing a certain service or certain good, and you want to make a payment on it, and then you have to do a payment by using crypto. So in that case, it's easy. When you open an order to make a payment, they will give you like, okay, we are receiving maybe BTC, and then they are going to give you a barcode, maybe with address here, the address, Bitcoin address, like it's like XY, X12, XY, like so many numbers. So they're going to give you the number of BTC, like for $50 maybe, we need maybe 0.000 something. I don't know the value right now, the clear conversion rate for now, but for the certain amount, you are going to be given the number of cryptos, because they need a crypto, they need amount of Bitcoin, and they're going to give you a time limit, maybe 30 minutes. So in 30 minutes, that order is going to expire. So make sure within 30 minutes, you are paying that amount of Bitcoin that has been written, which is equivalent to $50 maybe, if that the transaction that it carries, for the duration of 30 minutes. Because this is important for you to know. The value of BTC is fluctuating. So maybe at the time when you are looking, if you are going to your wallet and you want to do a transaction and you are feeling $50, it may come maybe a little amount more than what they need, a little amount of Bitcoin more than they need if the price of Bitcoin has went up, or a high amount more than they need if the Bitcoin amount has went down. So you have to be very careful. You need to consider the amount of Bitcoin within the time limit that they have given you, to make sure you have already made a transaction, either by copying the address or by scanning the barcode. That is one. But if they have gave you the option of paying USDT, for example, this is a stable coin, because Bitcoin I have given an example for the volatile coins. But if it is for stable coins or stable tokens like USDT, USDC, etc., you can do a transaction easily by just looking at how much amount you want to send and sending, because USDT or USDC or DAI, they are having equivalent amount or equivalent value to $1. Like one USDT is equal to $1. One USDC is equal to $1. One DAI is equal to $1. So it's very easy for you to do a transaction. But when it comes to sending or sending transfer, that means it's just me, I want to send a crypto maybe to my friend. So in that case, I would recommend you to use USDT or stablecoin. But it's not necessary for you to use stablecoin, because it depends with the wallet. Now it's a second case we are going to talk about. This point here gave me another point, which is wallet, the type of wallet that they are using. So in the type of wallet here, it's important for you to note, maybe that wallet only receive a certain coin, maybe it's only receive BTC. You will not force to use stablecoin to send in a BTC, because that is where now you are going to make a mistake. Because at some point here in these wallets, you have to make sure the one who is receiving is the one who's going to determine which network is going to be used. So in case I'm having a certain wallet and then you are having another wallet, for example, I'm having a local Bitcoin wallet, local BTC, and you are having Encryptus. If these kind of wallets, they can never do transaction, because Encryptus is having a BP20 only for now. But local Bitcoin is having Bitcoin network, Bitcoin blockchain alone. So if you do transaction in this wallet, that means you are going to lose your assets, because the protocol in these networks are different. So you cannot do a transaction by using these two wallets. So you have to make sure that the wallet that is receiving is having the same network as you are sending with. Unless otherwise, don't send it. If the network are not the same, you are going to create a conflict transaction which is not going to be verified. And if the transaction is not verified, that means not to give the outcome. If the outcome is not given out, that means you have lost your fund. You have to be careful on that. So basically, in the matter of wallets also, I will have to explain to you something which is very important here. When you are opening a wallet, you have to consider there are two types of wallet. Those which are called custodial and those which are called non-custodial. So custodial and non-custodial wallet. These custodial wallets are those wallets which the funds are being kept by the owner of the wallet. For example, Encryptus, Binance, KuCoin, Coinbase, etc. So these wallets, your funds are being kept by the owners, and when you lose your password, you can recover by contacting the support. That is something that you need to you need to understand. But when you speak of non-custodial wallet, these are the wallets that the funds are being kept by using a smart contract in a given blockchain, where the owners of the system, they don't have access to the funds. So in case to the database, so in case it happens, you have lost maybe and basically these wallets, when you are signing in, you use 12 words phrase. There are 12 words that you are being given. These words are the money. If you lose them, you have lost the money. If someone have access to them, have access to your money. And also, if you lose these 12 words, 12 phrases, that means even the owners of the wallet, they can never help to recover your funds. So you have to be very careful when you have this kind of wallets. And if you are newbie, I don't know. If you are new to this industry, I think you should start using this wallet. And then when you are well aware with, you can start using this custodial. And also there are some called cold wallets. Those are the wallets which are outside of the network. These are, we are calling them like, for example, Nano Ledger. You can store your cryptos outside of the internet. Those are the cold wallets, but they are not much used, especially for us. But for those who are having a bigger companies like Encryptus, Binance, they must have the cold wallet, because you have to. Cold wallet is much safer compared to hot wallet in terms of hacking, etc. So that's how it's supposed to be done, and this is what you have to understand. So apart from that, we are going to have to understand about the networks. That's where now people are really confusing. It's something very simple, but then people are confusing a lot about these stuff. Okay, but don't worry, because your DN Academy is here. It's going to make things easier and simple for you. So something which is called networks. Networks. When you speak of networks, you are talking about blockchains. Remember, there is no crypto which can be done a transaction with without having a network or blockchain. But it's not necessarily every crypto to have its own blockchain. That's why we have coins which are having their own blockchains, and we have tokens which are using blockchains of other cryptos to do transactions. Now, so in the matter of wallets with relation to networks, there are some of the wallets which are having a multi-networks. But they don't have bridge. There are some of the wallets that they are having a multi-networks, but they have a bridge as well. What is the difference here? So when I'm doing a transaction in a wallet that is having a multi-networks, but it does not have bridge, for example, Trust Wallet. If I'm sending USDT TRC20, if someone mentioned USDT TRC20, TRC20 means it's a network, and basically it's a network belongs to a coin called Tron. TRC20, Tron blockchain. So if you are sending 100 USDT in Trust Wallet, they will never charge you in 100 USDT. You will have to deposit a Tron tokens or Tron coin worth of a certain fee that is being charged by TRC network to charge when sending 100 US dollars. But they can never deduct in the amount that you are sending. And in most of the cases, if you do the transaction without having maybe a Tron and they're using a TRC20, in a network wallet which is having no bridge, it will tell you there is no sufficient fund for you to send because you don't have enough fee or enough gas for you to do a transaction. If they mention maybe USDT BEP20, you need to have BNB worth of transaction fee that maybe $100 need to for being transacted. That is a wallet which are having a networks but they don't have bridge. That means they cannot interlink. There is no interoperability in the amount existing in the given wallet to make it maybe easier for the transaction to deduct on the amount that you are sending. But there are some of the wallets that they are having bridge and they are multi-network. For example, Binance. Binance, when you are sending maybe USDT TRC20, that network charges you maybe $1. It's going to charge you on your USDT. If you are sending maybe even Ethereum in a TRC20 network, it's going to charge a certain amount that TRC20 network charges in your Ethereum. If it is Pancake, whatever, but it does not need you to put amount in the given coin or in the given native coin of the given network that you are using. It's going to charge on whatever you are sending. That's our wallets which are having multi-network, but they have bridge which create the interoperability between one blockchain and another to the amount that you are sending. But for these ones which don't have bridge, you have to separate the amount for fee and the amount for you to send. The amount for fee has to be in the native coin which is going to be sent. That is how it's supposed to be done. So another thing which is very important after looking at the network, the wallet, and the purpose for you sending it, you have to understand something that is called let me delete what I have written here, and then we keep up with another thing which is very important for you to understand. Okay, so now you are going to look at volatility. This is number 4, volatility. So speaking of volatility, this is very important. I think I have already spoken on the first part. When you are sending the transaction, you must consider, like, if you are sending the volatile coins or tokens like a Pancake, BuySwap, BTC, etc. You have to understand these kind of transactions, okay? These kind of coins, they are volatile. They can change their value anytime. You can send $100 now. After 2 minutes, it's already 102, or it's 98. It happens. So you have to be aware, and that's why maybe if you want to send a certain amount to someone and you have agreed to receive a certain amount of money, you can use stable coins like USDT, USDC, DAI, etc., which are not volatile tokens. They are stable coins because their value has been pegged to dollar. So that's how you have to consider when it comes to volatility. And also, with respect to volatility, you have to know the different network has a different speed for transaction. For example, Bitcoin blockchain network has the slowest transaction, I think, comparing to others. It's never the same like the way when you are doing a transaction with Binance Smart Chain BEP20. It's different. So sometimes you may do a transaction and you may find the transaction is very slow because the network congestion is high. So that should not be something to terrify you. Although sometimes the network congestion can give you a really bad loss, because sometimes I may be sending a Bitcoins worth of 5,000 and the congestion takes 30 minutes. In return, within 30 minutes, the crypto has went down maybe 2%, 3%. So you can tell it's going to be a loss to you. So sometimes you have to be very careful, depending on the kind of transaction that you are doing, you have to be considerate. And sometimes for some of the wallets like Coinbase, Binance, they have created your details like your username, your password, your username, your email, and your phone number to be integrated with different networks. That's why you can, in Binance, for example, you can send crypto by using email. In a Coinbase, you can send your crypto by using even a phone number. That is the integration to increase the interoperability of your data in the blockchain that is being used in the given blockchain. So another thing which is very important that we have to consider is about the transaction address. Okay, transaction, which is the last thing I'm going to talk about today, is about the transaction address. Speaking of the transaction address, we have different addresses. There is the address which belongs to BEP20 network, Binance Smart Chain. There's a transaction belongs to ERC20, to Bitcoin. So these transactions address are very important for you to consider. For example, for BEP20, you can see it is 0xxy Z0112xc. These are the transaction address. So if you miss even a single letter or number, it's another different thing. So make sure when you are doing a transaction, it's either use a barcode or you copy the whole address and paste. Do not write one after another letter. That is a very wrong way of doing transaction. Just take one, just go and copy and then go to paste where you want to send. And remember, if you are receiving a crypto in a certain network, maybe ERC20, make sure the sender also send by using the same network. If you confuse the networks, you have lost your money. If they are using TRC20, BEP20, Bitcoin blockchain, make sure the sender also is using the same network. If you confuse the network, the output will be error, will not be valid, because the validators are different, and then the outcome will not be compatible, because every network is having its own protocol, and there is a way to validate the transaction so that it can be added to the database of transaction or in the blocks to be considered as one of the complete transactions in the blockchain. So it's very important for you to consider when you are taking the address. Do not copy one letter after another when you are sending the address. Don't. Just copy and go and paste. And if it's not, then just go and scan the barcode. It's going to be more safer and easier for you to do the transaction. So basically, this is just an overview of what you can do when you are doing, or of what you can consider or value or put into consideration when you want to know how to do crypto transactions. But remember, this is just an overview. We have our courses like into understanding blockchain. You understand how blockchain works. We have understanding cryptocurrency and CBDCs, and much more that are going to give you the confidence of getting in the industry of crypto with the understanding and how to operate by yourself independently. So welcome to DN Academy, and see you in another class. Bye.